I do not understand why they decided to create this game. Cue the intro. Blessings, what's going on, guys? Y'all know who it is. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my video, and today we talking about Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm. I have honestly never talked about Storm on this channel, and honestly it's a surprise because honestly this is one of the greatest, most beloved series that I've ever gotten into from 8 years old up till now. And I just wanted to just talk about my personal opinions about Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm Connections. Now, this is not going to be your typical review video like the others that you've probably seen on YouTube. This is not going to be me going over every little thing there is to talk about in Naruto Storm Connections, because it's pretty much already said a million times over. I just want to give y'all my personal opinions about my experience on this game, and to be frank with you, it wasn't a very good one. Probably one of the most lackluster, going through the motions, pathetic, sorry, and the most disgraceful experience I've ever had in Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm ever to date. Oh yeah, one question. Why does this game exist? Why not just create a Boruto Storm game? Okay, I'm wasting time. Let me just get straight into the review. To start off, this game gives you 4 playable modes: history mode, special story, free battle, and online. Let's start off with this history mode. To start off, the history mode is not what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a port of every single Naruto Storm game to date. Every single Storm game story mode was going to be ported over into Connections. That is not what history mode is. You want to know what history mode is? History mode pulled a Dragon Ball Xenoverse on us and made us go back in time, try to fix time in this generic way where you have to go back and restore all the historical events in a brief summary of all the things that took place up till now. So if you were expecting Naruto Storm 1 free roam, yeah, not happening. Instead, you get 8 chapters of boring slideshows, not cutscenes. Let me repeat, not cutscenes, but slideshows of screenshots from the anime with no access to previous open worlds whatsoever. But I know what you're gonna say. Yo, we already had this in Storm 4 where they had a slideshow timeline kind of presentation for the story mode. Yeah, I understand where you're coming from, but it doesn't work here. In Storm 4, the setting of Storm 4 was the Great Ninja War. Particularly the latter portion of the Great Ninja War. It wouldn't make sense to allow you to experience an open world in that particular setting. So to present the story mode in such a fashion would be okay. But this game was particularly created to celebrate the anniversary of the entire anime. So for them to basically throw in a slideshow PowerPoint for the story mode is unacceptable. This just shows how lazy and uncreative the devs are, and they don't even care about bringing us a new and innovative way to experience all the previous stories of the previous games. I did not pay $60 so I could watch the anime. I paid $60 to play a brand new experience. I paid $60 to play a brand new story mode, a brand new open world, and to experience the older games in a new way. I am aware that Generations and Revolutions had this kind of presentation in their story modes, but those games were not covering major Storm titles. This game is, and that's why it's unacceptable. And the few boss fights that are actually ported over from the older games into this story mode is so streamlined and so watered down that they're basically not even a challenge whatsoever. I eventually found myself just speedrunning through the entire history mode and just skipping all the slideshows and everything so that I could hurry up and finish the history mode and get the trophy already. And I'm not even going to talk about the stupid, ridiculous voiceovers in these boss fights that are just pathetic and just Okay, let's just move on to the special story mode already. Now, right off the bat, I want to go ahead and just give them their props for creating something fresh and new with the special story mode for Boruto. Honestly, I just am glad that they decided to create something original, and for that, I have to give them praise. But other than that, this special story mode is a snooze fest in my opinion. Considering that Boruto is still a child, they should give you full access to the world of Boruto right from the hip, just like they did in Storm 4. I don't understand why they're so afraid of giving us an open world. Like, imagine experiencing Storm 1 like this and not in an open world setting in the story mode. Every single Naruto Ultimate Ninja game has an open world. So why doesn't Boruto have the same treatment in Naruto Storm Connections? It's like they created this game on a low budget, so they decided to put all their assets towards cutscenes and slideshows in the history mode, and then with the special story mode, they got to put all their assets in cutscenes and new dialogue and new voice acting for Naruto and Boruto and all this kind of stuff. Like, honestly, why is it so hard for them to port over the same story mode from Storm 4 for Boruto with the open world? I mean, honestly, if they didn't want to create something new, just port over the same open world and create something around that. But it's just unacceptable for Boruto to not have access to an open world in his own game, because at this point Boruto is now the main character, especially since Naruto no longer has access to Kurama anymore. But for those of you who care, they do have a story mode where you can sit there and watch Boruto experience this non-anime based world where you're trying to stop some evil lord from taking over the ninja world, and he's threatening all ninja everywhere. And of course the antagonist had to be some random surviving Uchiha that was spoken nowhere in the anime. I mean, just a random guy that happens to be an Uchiha member. It is just so corny. I'm just gonna move on. Okay, this game brags about having 100+ characters in the game, but honestly, it's false advertising. You do not have access to 100+ characters in this game. It's 100+ slots, but not 100+ characters. Why? Because they decided to put the same characters in different slots that shouldn't be. So if you want to play as Sage Mode Naruto, you can play as Sage Mode Naruto, but he's in a separate slot from Base Shippuden Naruto. This kind of thing is what increases the character slots, but that is not the same as 100+ characters. This was done to intentionally deceive the public and deceive people into thinking that you're going to have access to all these various different characters, when you know good and well that that's not the case. Maybe Bandai decided to believe that yes, Sage Mode is a different character than Six Paths Naruto, which he is not, but they're going to consider him a different character because he's got different movesets, different ults, different jutsus. But that is a serious stretch, and deciding to go through with that stretch and deciding to advertise the game as if you have access to 100+ characters. But that is classic false advertising 101. But that's not even the worst of it. They don't even allow you to choose your jutsus anymore. I understand why this was done, because they added a second jutsu per character, which means that each character probably doesn't even have access to 2 jutsus anyways. So by adding the tilt to your second quote-unquote jutsu, they are able to cancel out your ability to choose whatever jutsu you want to use. The only thing you can change is your ult and your outfit. This is by far the biggest change ever in terms of gameplay in Storm. We have never had access to 2 jutsus ever. But in my opinion, this just makes characters that are already broken in cheese even more broken in cheese. Which leads me to my last topic, which is the online mode. Now personally, I've never been a fan of online on Storm games, but I can confidently say more than ever that the online competition on Storm Connections is the cheesiest and most toxic competition that has ever existed in the series. And the reason is because of what I stated before. 2 jutsus. Many jutsus have been given super armor. So if you try to interrupt their combo by dashing at them or anything like that, you cannot. And it is so difficult to interrupt support's jutsus. The game has become less about being a good player and become more about picking the cheesiest team. The game now rewards jutsu spammers and zoners and people who like to use the most broken supports in the world. Oh, and did I tell you that your chakra automatically recovers in this game? So how much more will you be able to sit there and jutsu spam to victory now in Storm Connections? See, in older Storm games, you couldn't do such a thing because there was a thing called chakra charging. In this game, you can chakra charge, but it means absolutely nothing, and it's not necessary because your chakra automatically recovers. In older games, you couldn't sit there and combo cancel a million times. You couldn't sit there and jutsu spam a million times because you would run out of chakra. So you really had to think about what you were doing on the battlefield and choose your jutsus wisely and your combo cancels wisely, because once you run out of chakra, you're in a vulnerable position, and the enemy can run up on you and basically give you a problem. Especially back in the Storm 1 and 2 days when you needed chakra to do everything, to do jutsus, to substitute, to use ults. You could not do this nonsense that you do in Storm Connections because everything required chakra. Because of this nonsense, you're gonna sit there, run through ranked, casual match, and run against the same exact characters over and over and over and over again. Minatos, Saradas, nothing but Uchihas, some type of Otsutsuki or Indra or Asura. That's all you're gonna see all day long. I can't tell you how many YouTubers that I've watched that have basically given up and they decided to join the cheese and join the spammers and do the same things they do because it's the only way to survive in the higher ranks. If you notice in my video that I'm showing right now, you can probably spot me sitting here spamming Rasengan over and over and over again, as you see right there. Because the way the game is set up now, the game literally rewards jutsu spamming. The game expects you to use your jutsus as a way to escape combos, as a way to escape tough situations, as a way to escape and avoid enemies charging at you. Jutsus are basically a legit strategy in Storm Connections. Spamming is a legit strategy, and that is exactly why the community is utilizing the brokenness of this game, and that's why the online is just a waste of time. Now, I'm not looking to bash this game. I'm not looking to bash the online. But when I gotta sit here and suffer through this nonsense online, there's no way that I can sit here and justify it in any way, shape, or form. I wish there was a way or a mode where you don't have to deal with team battles. You can have a one-on-one fight with somebody, and it's a one-on-one. Who's the underdog? Who's got the best skill in the fight? And you just have to sit there and fight one-on-one. If they had that option, I'd actually be able to give this online mode some type of credit where it's due. But honestly, in the state that I am currently seeing this online mode, is just as dumb as the rest of the modes in the game, and I cannot in any way, shape, or form recommend the online to anybody, when honestly nowadays online is the only thing most people care about, is the online features in games nowadays. But because of the nonsense I've just mentioned, I just can't recommend this pathetic, broken excuse of a online mode on this game. Because of the gameplay changes, it is broken online. It's become a toxic spam fest, and everybody's using Minatos, Uchihas, Asuras, Indras, and the like. And it's like, unless you choose the best team to go along with that character, you don't even have a chance of winning in any shape or form against the higher ranks. I don't care how skilled you are at the game. And the game does not allow you to kick anyone out of your match. So you cannot refuse to play against a cheese ball. You have to play against them, or you have to completely quit the game. It's either you got to quit the game or you have to fight them. Oh yeah, and you cannot invite your friends. Alright, so I hope I didn't discourage any of you guys for at least trying the game out for yourself to, I guess, suffer through these things I just said. The only reason I got this game was because I traditionally get all the Storm games. I don't necessarily remember getting Revolutions, but every other game I've gotten traditionally because of the greatness of 1 and 2. It seems we haven't been able to mimic that same kind of greatness since. But coming from a Storm vet as myself, I highly advise every single one of you to don't just ignore Storm Connections. I'm pretty sure Storm Connections is not going to be the last Storm game, considering that there is still an anime in the works for Boruto. I don't believe that they're going to just leave Storm and then that's it. I think they're going to either create Storm 5 through Boruto's storyline, or they're going to create another game that offshoots from Storm and takes assets from Storm and creates a whole new IP. But who knows at this point, really. But if you just can't resist and you feel like you have to get the game, then please wait. Please wait until the game goes on sale online. These games always go on sale all the time. We're living in the age of games going on sale almost dirt cheap free. I mean, that's how games are nowadays, online. So if you insist on getting this game, please wait. You are not missing anything, I promise you. But thank y'all for watching this video. Hopefully the game will have a lot of changes down the line, and the game won't be in such a pathetic state that it's in right now. But honestly, what's wrong with this game is to the core of what it actually is. It shouldn't exist. It should be Boruto Ultimate Ninja Storm Connections, not Naruto to Boruto Ultimate Ninja Storm Connections. But anyway, thank y'all for clicking on this video. Make sure you subscribe if you're new to the channel. If you want to see more Naruto Storm Connections on the channel, please subscribe, like the video, and comment and let me know what you think about my review, and if you want to see more Storm Connections on the channel. Thank y'all for watching this video, and make sure that you continue to stay updated on Twitter and Instagram about my future videos, 'cause I'm trying to get them out as soon as I possibly can. I'm quite busy in real life. So yeah, thank y'all for watching this video, and remember, Jesus loves you, and that he died for your sins, and that if you believe on him, you shall be saved. Thank y'all for watching this video, and stay